What up gamers, I'm Jason, and today on Dice & Dragons I'm going to be unboxing and taking a look in detail at all of the cards for the Nebula Hero Pack for Marvel Champions the card game. Now this expansion is designed by Michael Boggs with some additional development by Caleb Grace. This is published by Fantasy Flight Games and is of course an expansion to the Marvel Champions card game. So what will you be doing with Nebula? Well, this new hero, a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, will be joining the game. She was already in the game but as a villain, so now we've got the hero version of her. You'll be fighting against Thanos and many cosmic enemies. You can even bring her down to Earth to face Rhino and the likes of Ultron if you so like. This character focuses a lot on techniques, so you can be putting techniques into play and then triggering the different special abilities of those techniques as you cycle through your deck in order to defeat the villains and also thwart their evil plans. I think I've talked enough about the character. Let's take a look at what's in the box. Now we're going to take a look at what's in the box for the Nebula Hero Pack for Marvel Champions the card game. Now this will be my second time trying to film top-down components here in 4K, so I'm going to do my best to make sure we get everything in focus. I do have a little less space than I'm used to just because of the way things work with the new camera. So here we've got the rule sheet. You get a breakdown of the Nebula Hero Pack, some of the new keywords or old keywords, depending on what expansions you have, the credits, and then just some hints as to how to play Nebula as Justice. Then, of course, we have this nice sheet, which is, you know, the character's hero art in all of its glory. So we'll put this right over there. Now let's take a look at what we've got in this hero pack. Get it opened up. And I do hate these packages. At least they're loose, so none of the cards do get damaged, but opening up Marvel Champions packs is one of my least favorite things to do when it comes to probably I don't hate this any less than I hate opening up CMON stuff. So let's take a look at Nebula. So we'll just give the camera a minute here to focus in as I figure out how this works. So we got Nebula, combat protocols. Force response after your turn begins, resolve the special ability on each technique, upgrade you control, then discard each technique. She has 2 thwart, 2 attack, and 2 defense. Now, in her alter ego form, she has cybernetic upgrades. After you play a technique upgrade, draw 2 cards. So that's pretty cool. Looks like you'll be going back and forth. You've got Gamora as an ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack. After you play Gamora, choose a technique you control, and you get to resolve its special ability. You've got her ship as support, which will generate some resources. So upgrade, these are techniques. So while she's in hero form, her attack gains overkill, and she can remove 3 threat from a scheme. Pretty cool. So then we have evasive maneuvering. So while in hero form, Nebula ignores the crisis icon, and she can choose to either stun or confuse an enemy. We've got unyielding persistence, which is technique. She gets +1 thwart and attack and gains stalwart, and she gets a tough status card. That's really cool. So those are all those special abilities on her techniques. You'll see there's just a technique and then the special aspect to it. While in hero form, she gets retaliate 1, deal 4 damage. Wide stance. While Nebula's in hero form, reduce the amount of damage she takes from each attack by 1. Then look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, discard 1 and put them back in any order. So that's pretty cool. Combat ready, alter ego action here. So I'll put these cards at the back so I'm just not holding everything. So you get to shuffle up to 2 technique upgrades from your discard pile into your deck. Then discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an upgrade, and then you put a card into play and resolve its special ability. I like that. Lethal Intent, choose up to X technique upgrades you control and resolve each of their special abilities. Really cool. I think it's interesting how she plays. So here we've got an ally arrows. After you play arrows from your hand, confuse a minion for each science resource you use to play him. So that's really neat. We have Wraith. Hero interrupt when a boost card is turned face up. Exhaust Wraith and deal 1 damage to him to cancel that card's boost effect. Very cool. We have Venom as an ally. While there's no threat on the main scheme, reduce all consequential damage Venom takes by 1. So if there's no threat, you can just keep attacking with him. He's not going to lose any health. Very cool. Justice served. Play under any player's control. After you thwart and remove the last threat from a scheme, discard Justice served. So, and you get to ready your hero. I like that. One way or another. Hero action, searching counter deck for a side scheme, reveal that side scheme and draw 3 cards. Well, you might have to put a scheme into play, but sometimes drawing cards can be even more powerful. Determination, we saw those in Mad Titan's Shadow. If you spend this card, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. I like it. And we've got some Power of Justice cards to make it a little easier to get those into play. Brains over Brawn, hero response. After your hero makes a basic thwart, deal damage to an enemy equal to your hero's thwart. I like that. Then we've got Heroic Intuition, which we've seen before. Allies. So we have Cosmo. When Cosmo attacks or thwarts, name a card type and discard the top card of a deck. If that card is of the name type, Cosmo does not take damage. So he doesn't take any consequential damage, and that's very cool. We have Nowhere as a support card. Increase your ally limit by 1. After a player plays a Guardian ally, you get to exhaust Nowhere, and you get to draw another card. Daughter of Thanos. Team up with Gamora and Nebula, max 1 per deck. You get to draw 3 cards. So if you're playing with both characters, you get First Aid. Then you have the standard energy that you get in pretty much every package. Then we've got her obligations and negative stuff. So Inferiority Complex, you either exhaust your alter ego and remove it from the game, or choose and discard 2 technique upgrades to control. But if no upgrade was discarded this way, this card gains surge and you discard this obligation. So some even nastier stuff can come into play. You have Gamora as a nemesis, which makes total sense if you know the history of the 2 characters. So when this minion would enter play, discard the Gamora ally from play, because now she switched sides. After Gamora attacks and damage you, choose and discard an upgrade you control. That's nasty. We've got the side scheme, self-preservation. Nebula gets -1 thwart, attack, and defense, and Gamora gets +1 attack. Sorry, I'm trying to keep everything on camera here. Lethal weapon, so she gets to add a sword and get +1 attack. Treachery card, when revealed, Gamora attacks. See if no attack was made this way, the card gains surge. The hero ally is in place. She resolves her attack against you without exhausting. Ugh, that's no fun. So you can even play her as an enemy, even if there's an ally in place. So here's the stop card. You get the nice Nebula deck list here, which you can see all of the different cards. And here we've got the new stuff that is available to you for any character. So attached to a Guardian ally, they get +2 attack, and their attack gains piercing. Guardians of the Galaxy team. Play under any player's control, max 1 team card per player. If each of your characters has a Guardian trait, this card gains response after you play an upgrade on an ally card, draw a card. That seems alright, but I still haven't really got into doing the whole ally decks. Defensive training. So alter ego action, exhaust this card and remove 1 training counter from it. Choose a protection green event in your discard pile, shuffle it into your deck. Oh, that's pretty cool. Honor a Guardian. Attached to a friendly character, max 1 per character. They get +1 hit points and the Guardian trait. And then we've got another Daughter of Thanos card. Makes sense that this is included because now you can put it into Gamora's hero deck. So there you have it. We've taken a look at all of the cards for Nebula in her hero pack. We're getting this box back up and keep it right here, as I'll be coming back at you with a quick outro. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when our next video is released. Also, down below in the video description, you'll find links to all of our social media feeds, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you'd like to see pictures of Julie and I playing Marvel Champions and pictures of Nebula when we get her to the table, there'll be plenty on those feeds. And then also down below in the video description is a link to multizone.ca, a great Canadian game store. Click that link, get 10% off your next purchase, and a portion of that purchase is returned to us, so it's a great way for you to support the channel as well. And then popping up in front of me are going to be links to some of our previously released videos. In front of me over here on this side will be our most recent release, and over here it's going to take you back to our review of Marvel Champions, the Mad Titan's Shadow. With that being said, don't forget, keep playing games.